I've told you that getting what you want will not magically solve all your problems and make you feel happy and peaceful and safe forever. I've told you that getting what you want is an amplifier, not a converter. And that saying, I'll be happy when I get there, is kind of like saying winning the lottery will make me left handed. Because getting what you want is an outcome. And feeling safe, happy, peaceful, in control, on top of things, in flow, all of those are habits. And outcomes don't change habits. The only way to change a habit is to do the work to change the habit. And no matter how many times I might tell you this, I know that your brain is probably still hooked on some magic circumstances. There's probably a part of your brain that still really, really believes that if you just get that thing, you'll feel better and everything will be okay. If I just sign that one client, or if I just find a partner who loves me, or if I just lose those last few pounds, or if I just had a side hustle that made as much money as my job pays me. In fact, I want you to take a moment and dream. Lean back, relax, and let your mind wander. Let your brain tell you what it fantasizes about. Imagine that ideal life, the world where you have everything you want. What do you have in that world? $1 million? Beautiful house on the coast? The unwavering love and admiration of others? Close relationship with your family? A sense of secure status and place in the world? Maybe it's a clear sense of who you are and what you're here to do. Or maybe it's a system that you finally figured out, or a big decision that you made with confidence, a nut that you managed to crack, a puzzle that you figured out for good. Maybe it's even for the past to have gone differently, for something to have happened or something to not have happened. Let yourself lean back and dream. Let your brain tell you what it really, really wants. No judgment, no shame, no telling yourself that it's impractical or that you're being ungrateful. Just allow the answer to emerge like a submarine rising up from the depths. That answer is your magic circumstance. Now, there is nothing wrong with your brain being hooked on magic circumstances. You don't have to go do 1 million hours of coaching and therapy and meditation and journaling to release your attachment to that circumstance and convince your brain that you would be okay even if you didn't get that thing. Just for today, we're going to skip that work altogether. And instead, I'm going to show you how to use your brain's attachment to magic circumstances to your advantage, and therefore turn magic circumstances into a source of power. Because here's the thing about your brain. It can't tell the difference between fantasy and reality anyway. By which I mean, you tend to feel the same emotions, whether something is actually happening to you, or whether you're just thinking about it happening. This is why worrying feels so terrible. You're feeling all the emotions you would feel if the bad thing actually happened just by thinking about it. And this is also why visualization is so powerful. Athletes solidify the neural pathways that help them do what they do and genuinely improve their performance just by thinking about it. So here's how to turn magic circumstances into a source of power. Hold the magic circumstance in your mind and ask yourself, if I already had this, how would I handle the situation in front of me? If I had already signed that big client, how would I approach this meeting? If I already had a partner who loves me, what would I be doing this weekend? If my side hustle already made as much as my job pays me, how would I be spending my time? Now, here is the key. Don't try to answer the question logically. Let your brain answer the question associatively. Logical thinking. Logical thinking is structured, linear, and conditional. It sounds like if A, then B. Else, if C, then D. And B and D can't both be true at the same time. You're either on the A to B pathway or you're on the C to D pathway. Can't be on both at once. Can't jump between points. and the results of your thinking are predetermined by the rules that you set up front. Associative thinking is free-form, non-linear, and non-conditional. It sounds more like A kind of makes me think of G, which reminds me of L, which then made me think of Q, which then randomly made me think of R, and then also D for some reason. I don't even know why. If logical thinking is a straight line, associative thinking is a web. Lots of points on the web can be lit up at the same time. There's no set pathways, you can jump anywhere you want, and the results of your thinking evolve through organic discovery. There are no predetermined rules or pathways, all of which means that all kinds of unexpected connections can happen anytime. When you hold the magic circumstance in your mind and you ask yourself, if I already had this, how would I handle the situation in front of me? The logical answer to this question probably isn't that useful to you. It's probably something like, well, if I'd already signed that big client, I wouldn't even be having this meeting. Or if I already had a partner who loved me, I wouldn't spend the weekend going on dates. Or if my side hustle already made as much as my job currently pays me, I'd just quit my job right now. But like I said, don't answer the question logically. Let your brain answer the question associatively. The associative answer to this question is very useful to you. So I want you to hold the magic circumstance in your mind the same way that you would hold a piece of candy in your mouth. Literally, imagine a piece of candy, or look at this piece right here. It's a Werther's original. I've had a ton of these. I love these. So don't crunch, crunch, crunch on the candy and finish it all in 10 seconds. Hold on to it. Let it dissolve slowly. Really taste it in your mouth. Let the butterscotch flavor permeate bit by bit and let it really sink into your system. If I'd already signed that big client, I'd feel like I know what I'm doing. And I'd feel like I'm supposed to be here. And I'd feel like I have nothing to lose. Anything else I accomplish is just icing on the cake. And when I'm feeling that way, here's how I approach that meeting. Or if I already had a partner who loved me, I'd feel like I'm an attractive person. I'd feel like picking out nice clothes to wear because I deserve it. I'd feel like my problems aren't too big to handle. And when I'm feeling that way, here's what I do this weekend. Or if my side hustle already made as much as my job pays me, I'd feel confident, like nothing at work can touch me because I can walk away anytime. I'd feel enriched. I'd feel like my life is so full because I have two complete and complementary identities, one at work and one in my side business. And I'd feel fulfilled because it's so fun to do what you love and make money doing it. And when I'm feeling that way, here's how I spend my time. I told you that getting an outcome won't permanently change how you feel day to day, because getting what you want is an outcome, and how you feel day to day is a habit. And outcomes don't change habits. The only way to change the habit of how you feel day to day is to do the work to change the habit of how you feel day to day. And this is one way of changing that habit. Hold your magic circumstance in your mind like you'd hold a piece of candy in your mouth. Let the idea of having that thing permeate, dissolve, swirl around, percolate in your mind, and answer the question associatively, not logically. If I already had this thing, how would I handle the situation in front of me? This is my mission in life. I am here to teach you a simple and repeatable mental and emotional toolkit that allows you to access flow and access the best, smartest, wisest, kindest, truest version of you more consistently and more reliably every single day. That's the whole reason that I'm here. And I teach you this toolkit piece by piece in all of my free content. Think of it as the light dose of what I have to offer. I'm also putting together a course and coaching program to teach you the toolkit more systematically and offer extended application support. Think of that as the medium dose. It's currently in pilot mode and it's going to be available to you soon. And I offer one-on-one coaching where we buckle in, set some goals, and make a plan to both get you some fish and teach you the skill of fishing all at once. Think of that as the heavy dose. We're just going to go ahead and get it done. I think that learning this toolkit and learning how to access the best version of you on a consistent basis every day is a priceless investment. This is the unlock that unlocks everything else. So let's start today. Go to the link above and book a free coaching consult.